YouTube, you dig what I'm saying? Back with another motherfucking video. Today we got NBA YoungBoy Wealth explain how he made millions while on house arrest. I already knew that. Like, we knew. You dig what I'm saying? We knew YoungBoy was in his bag. The nigga was dropping consecutive music while locked up, gang. He ain't have shit but time. And then before he got on house arrest, the nigga was already dropping damn near every day, every other day. You feel me? So when he got on house arrest, that's all he could do. So it turned his bag up. I did a video on this on DDG. I told y'all I'm a professional pocket watcher, so we just gonna get straight into it. Literally in Utah, nigga, in the middle of nowhere. Just up as hell.
Those are nice. That's cool. That's pretty cool. You could buy a Bentley? Those are cool. Hellcat Durango? That's really cool.
From the outside, the mansion sat still.
But he had the police turned. They talk about that shit. Really, we know, you know what I'm saying? We know police, y'all only making a certain salary too. So it's like, when police see rappers like that too, that shit motivate them too. I ain't gonna lie. Police barely making more than a regular
mountain air,
today.
and silence stretching across the Salt Lake Valley. Inside, one of the most streamed artists of his generation lived in forced isolation, surrounded by wealth he built before turning 25. No tours, no public appearances, no freedom to leave the property. Yet the money kept coming in.
You know, grave digging mountains. I don't want to do too much talking or rub you the wrong way. And treat you with the most respect. Yo, make y'all self at home, have a lot of fun. Keep the camera on you 24/7. This interview ain't gonna be like no other interview.
The music never stopped reaching millions, and the empire quietly expanded. This is the story of NBA YoungBoy. Not the headlines, not the chaos, but how Kentrell Gaulden built real wealth through volume, ownership, and relentless output, even while confined to a mountain estate that felt more like a gilded cage than a victory lap. Kentrell Deshaun Gaulden was born in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a city shaped by poverty, violence, and limited economic mobility. Raised primarily by his grandmother, after his father received a decades-long prison sentence. Gaulden's early life offered few safety nets. Music did not arrive as a luxury. It arrived as an escape route. After dropping out of school, Gaulden cycled in and out of the legal system as a teenager. While detained in a Louisiana facility, he began writing lyrics seriously. Those early sessions were not guided by industry mentors or professional studios. They were driven by urgency, survival-level urgency. By 2015, Gaulden began releasing independent mixtapes at a pace most artists would consider unsustainable. There was no waiting for perfect timing or label validation. The strategy was simple: release constantly, build a direct audience, and let momentum compound. That approach worked. Projects like 38 Baby and AI YoungBoy established him as a regional force. But what separated him from peers was not polish. It was volume. While others slowed down to chase singles, Gaulden flooded the market with music, turning attention into a habit for listeners. When Outside Today broke nationally and Until Death, Call My Name went double platinum, YoungBoy was no longer emerging. It was unavoidable. NBA YoungBoy's wealth was not built on one hit or one album cycle. It was built on scale. By his mid-20s, Gaulden had released 8 studio albums, dozens of mixtapes and EPs, hundreds of songs feeding streaming platforms continuously. Streaming became the engine. YoungBoy consistently ranked among the most streamed artists on YouTube and major platforms, often without radio support or traditional promo runs. Each release fed the algorithm, and the algorithm fed the income. Crucially, Gaulden emphasized control. Through his Never Broke Again label, he positioned himself not just as talent, but as infrastructure. Ownership meant revenue did not stop at his own recordings. It extended into branding, distribution leverage, and artist development. Touring later became a financial multiplier. His 2025 Make America Slime Again Massa tour marked a turning point. After years of legal restrictions and absence from the stage, the tour sold over 500,000 tickets across 42 sold-out arena shows, grossing an estimated $70 to $75 million. This was not just a comeback. It was proof of dormant demand. Even during periods of house arrest, when touring was impossible, his catalog continued generating income. The business model did not depend on visibility.
70 mil is crazy. And they said the nigga just wasn't it. And his first tour was last year technically, because we in the new year. But damn, 70 mil off 45 states? Oh my God. You gotta think about it, gang. He was getting bags, and the nigga was just stacking his cheese for what, 2-3 years on house arrest, and then popped back out 2025, hit 70M, and now he, man.
It depended on ownership and consistency. In 2022, Galden purchased an 8,800 square foot mansion in Mill Creek, Utah, near the top of Olympus Cove. The property featured floor-to-ceiling glass walls, panoramic views of the Salt Lake Valley, custom interiors, and an in-home recording studio. The price hovered around $5.4 to $5.5 million. But the house was not just a residence. It became a court-mandated perimeter. For nearly 2 years, Galden lived under house arrest there, unable to leave except under limited permissions. He reportedly never stepped off the property during long stretches. What looked like luxury from the outside became isolation inside. Still, the setup reflected a shift in how wealth was used. Instead of nightlife, there were studios. Instead of constant travel, there was controlled privacy. Instead of flashy displays, there was containment. Even under restriction, Galden adapted. He recorded music, studied, built routines. He married while living in Utah. He explored horseback riding. He began reading about the LDS Church and referenced scripture in his visuals. This was not the image of reckless excess. It was the image of someone recalibrating inside confinement. When the mansion was later listed for sale at $5.5 million, it symbolized transition, not a flex, but an exit from a chapter defined by limits. NBA YoungBoy's influence cannot be measured only by awards or critical acclaim. It is measured in behavior shifts across the industry. He normalized high-volume release strategies, YouTube-first dominance, fan loyalty without heavy media presence. YoungBoy proved that an artist could remain culturally dominant while physically absent. That lesson reshaped how labels think about visibility, control, and risk. Culturally, he represents a generation shaped by instability, yet fluent in digital leverage. His story resonates because it is not polished. It reflects contradiction, success built alongside chaos, discipline emerging from disorder. Despite legal battles and personal complexity, his commercial relevance never collapsed. That persistence is the legacy, not perfection, but endurance. Kentrell Galden built wealth in an era that rewards attention. But he survived an era that tried to take his freedom. From Baton Rouge detention centers to a mountaintop mansion in Utah, his rise was not linear. It was volatile, fast, and unforgiving. Yet the foundation held. Ownership mattered. Output mattered. Control mattered. When the gates finally opened, the wealth was still there. Quiet, compounding, and intact. Not because the world gave him room, but because he built something that worked even when the world took everything else away.
Those things are sweet.
Look, police dick sucking this shit. I ain't never seen no shit like this. This shit do look crazy. Utah, no, it's close.
That's pretty. That's pretty cool. You could buy it. A Bentley. Those are cool. Hellcat Durango. That's really cool.
That's really cool. I've never seen like this in my life. That's very cool. Tell you, nah, YoungBoy, we know YoungBoy up some dog shit, but making 70, 75 million just on tour last year, crazy. I know that nigga is a billionaire then. If he made 70 million game off tour 45 states in 1 year game. And that's the first year he ever toured. And this is first tour ever, bro. Y'all telling me y'all don't think this nigga been put millions up? The nigga was making money on house arrest, and he was on house arrest for what, 2-3 years, gang? Nigga was dropping every day. That nigga up for real, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I'm watching shits like these. They motivate me, I swear. Shout out Built in Black too, cause you feel me. I'm reacting to most of your videos that you make on anybody wealth, cause like I said on Paco, I'm trying to see, you know what I'm saying, how deep niggas' bags is for real. But yeah, that's the